And what you doing now?
I'm working on some of the final details on this demon that's based on my dad's Doom box artwork, and so I'm adding sort of some of the bumps to this character to make him sort of not so perfect. Very often I spend too much time digging into a sculpture when you really need to push out. Sometimes this last little bit where you can kind of go in. What I'm doing is adding bumps with what this is clay mixed with water. So this wet clay, it's called clay slip. It allows me to just add these little tiny bumps all over.
And you say clay slip like SLIP slip.
You slip, yeah. And it dries when it's done. It's about 75 or 50% of the size that I put it on. Look at this neck. You can kind of see down at this neck. I'm kind of doing all this. So see this stuff on this neck here?
Absolutely.
It's similar to here. And I'll brush this down a little bit. It's a little rough right now, but I'll brush it down a little bit. But it's that it's pushing out. Sometimes, when you're sculpting, you tend to, do the major shapes, then you kind of carve down. But really, to get that kind of real natural, really you need to build up. And this clay slip technique is really great for adding
Bumping
bumps
out,
and
bumping
bumps.
out.
Yeah.
So he has some skin issues.
He's got some skin issues, as we all do.
As we all do.
When this is all brushed down, monsters are always in movies the most, very often portrayed as the bad guys. But if you look at like Frankenstein, he had a really rough go. All right, here's the question: 2 or 3 pieces to cast a latex mask. I'm a little concerned about all this business here and getting that out of a single piece for the front. I'm afraid I'm going to need to split this guy down the middle. I don't know if I want to. I know I don't want to because I don't want that seam running down the middle of the face, but I don't know if I have a choice. Here's where I ended up going with my seam. Instead of coming all the way back here and doing the head flat across here, I really need to split these ears in half. This one is just too thin right in here, and I'm just worried that it's going to be tricky to pull that out. The latex, it's just so thin right in here. So I'm dividing this way. All right, here we are, folks. I'm really excited. I'm finally pouring some latex into this mold. This is the Doom demon from the cover of the video game Doom that my dad made. So this is kind of a little bit of a passion project, recreating one of my father's most famous pieces. So I kind of created this contraption here because moving all these heavy molds around is kind of a pain in the ass, especially when they're filled with latex. Last year, actually 2 years ago, I broke my finger, and it hurt for pretty much a year. So anyway, now I'm hoping not to break my finger, and so I've got this sort of stair step thing that I'm going to try to do. So the idea is that I've got this mold strapped to this thing. I'm going to put the latex up here, pour into here, and then after it's set around in here, I can then release that, slide it over to here, and then dump the latex down there. That's the plan. All right, so we had to stop there. I needed a little help lifting this bucket up. And looks like we have just enough to fill this thing. This latex is a little bit on the thick side, but help getting the thicker things. I'm just kind of stirring this around in here. Hopefully that might, if there's any air bubbles, take care of it. Now, with stuff like this, one of the things you're always a little bit worried about is leaking anywhere. So far, no leak. That's always good. And we're gonna leave this here for like an hour, hour and a half or so to thicken up, and then we're going to pour it out back into this bucket.